We can already see Kase starting off towards C, which is one of the places I really like Harbor on this map. Being able to throw the high tide out just like that in Garage, give you ease of access into the site, but a lot needs to be done here.
Kiko starts it off strong, but instantly answered here. Oh no, it's happening. You can see the flood of defense coming in, but then a flood of water as well on the site. There's everything covered up, but I'll say, back it away for now.
Yeah, showing us that they are able to mid-round, they are able to go for these rotations and not just heavily overcommit to a site. We just still see Ease, though, just stuck in that covey on C. And, ooh, I wonder what Apeks is actually going to catch on.
Apeks think that they've gone all the way to A.
They're going to be able to get this down. We're going to see how patient they want to be, though, with this plant. You can see, though, some members of Apeks, specifically Magnum, still aware that a C hit can come through.
Yeah, Magnum moving around. He's going to spot them on C along in a second. They must have realized at this point. There we go. Util comes down. You can see the Apeks players sprinting across the map. Two on either side. Magnum starts it off strong as the retake begins.
Yeah.
I like how slow Apeks are taking this so far. Let your kind of two units group up, get on the same page as smoke comes out. And you even have some nice utility for Enzo to work with. Recon and 2 shock bolts.
Here we go. The attempt begins. Roxy stepping forward with that Sheriff. It's 2 for 1 so far. 2 versus 2 in the smoke here as they get onto the side. Swinging on out and taking heads. Roxy down. And it's Apeks looking good. The 2v1. There we go. Outnumbering and dominating the first round.
Actually had just under a 70% win rate of all their pistol rounds. Absolutely absurd, and we got to see here why. With shots like that from Kiko to start things off.
One enemy remaining.
Fantastic stuff from Kiko. Very, very confident push to start the round off. But nobody's even checking C right now. You can see Apeks in Garage. They're committed to having info of the area, but the harbor wall comes on out, and that will be Kase getting control of site very early on in the round.
Makes sense for the side of Apeks, right? When you're on your bonus, you have those worst guns, trying to be a little bit cheeky, overgroup somewhere, and hope you have the right read of where the hit's going to come through. But now, with bomb down and already getting some decent post-plant positions, so funnily enough, most of Kase are going to stay on sites. This is pretty aggressive.
Yeah, they don't want to let go of this one. Mini Boo at the back finds one, started off as he looks for a second, but Magnum coming up huge once again. And Apeks just tearing to pieces. Killers was he was lurking towards mid, but now he's got to try and make the miracle happen at long range. Gets one, but one just ain't enough. And Apeks, they're here to play.
Great job coordinating that rush onto the site. 1 point away. Now Reckoning.
Magnum's found Mini Boo. He moves around in the middle of the map. Kiko just about gets out with his life thanks to that cloud burst. And I was expecting Kase to try and explode onto the site there, but it looks like they are going to peel off. And we're seeing a very tempered pace from Kase so far this series.
Really trying to make Apeks guess what they're doing, but Apeks are just so drilled and so disciplined. That's one thing you could definitely see throughout both splits of their regional plays. Now Magnum, crosshair perfectly placed, Ease peeks into it and just gets brought down. 2 other members still here though.
Magnum just in complete control of the middle of the map, and he's going to have to do it again because he's in a 2v1 here on the B side. High Tide comes across, and he's hidden in the corner. They don't know he's here! He sneaks on through the waves! Oh, and it's a tidal wave! It's a tsunami crashing down onto Kase.
13-3 and a 13-6 against teams like Focus and LPB. This just isn't really a map that anyone has shown they can keep up with on Apeks so far.
So a hit once again from Kase with guns in hand, but Magnum is there. He's 11-1 on the map as he retreats away from the site. Full retake from Apeks. They've given up position. How much more util is used by Kase, though? They finally, I think, realize that they've got the site.
Yeah, Apeks electing to just give it up since they do have this lockdown available. We'll see if they stick the plant. Looks like they're going to. Just back off, try and get some nice post-plant positions now, but Kiko finds one.
Oh no, they've got the molly in there as well. Mini Boo, there's nowhere for him to go, and we've got Detain on Yuri as well. Surely will be found.
Poison's on.
Suddenly he's here on long. They did get the plan, but I mean, Magnum moves in. It looked, yeah, no, it was diffused. I couldn't tell there. It looked like it was, but then the top of the overlay didn't change. Yeah.
Having some more ults to work with. Didn't end up using that Reckoning in the last round. Also having the Seekers online for Roxy. And this time going a lot faster towards
There we go. Those Seekers are out. Trailblazer alongside it. They're moving in as the shock dart's thrown just to try and buy some time and space, but the retreat has come on through. They've not found a pick as they float onto the site, but look at this, instant reinforcements from Apeks heading towards heaven.
And we still have recon dart available for Enzo to get a bit of info down. One smoke up for Mystic to maybe get some control over short or long. And they're taking it really slow so far. He's just hoping people can find an opening pick.
Reckoning comes out as well from Yuri, but Magnum finds yet another one. Mini Boo on the scene, finally chiming in. Shadow turns it around. It's 3v3 on this site, but Apeks don't look like they're giving up just yet. As in from heaven, but Mini Boo finally making his name known on the server. Killis chimes in, and Kasse get around on the board. Right while that Reckoning is channeling right there, the stun's coming on down, on dodge and fire at the same time. That said, if you're accurate, you can still headshot through the stuns. Enzo has got an Odin, and he is chilling.
Take flight.
He's waiting. Going to use that drone to spot out players, and he will see the shoulder there. But he's spotted out as well.
Oh, and Kiko pushing far for some information. We'll see if he ends up finding Yuri.
There's one. The Odin coming up clutch for Roxy trades it. Kiko sneaking forwards. He's going to find one. Is that
He's a madman.
Kiko is unreal.
Here.
I can't believe he felt confident to push that far forward. Ends up finding it, so now we have 4v3 in favor of Apeks. They're even angling around B as we speak, which is exactly where Kasse so far are looking to end. Still have a bit of wiggle room to play with, since there is 50 seconds on the clock.
And we talked at the start, Roxy and Enzo, the IGLs for the two teams. It's going to be a meeting of the minds, if you will, in terms of how to play out these three maps. I mean, Haven, Fracture, Lotus. You really do have a playground for IGLs, but it's a playground for Magnum so far. This game is C going to be the site selected here. 2 players strong as they move in to get this plant. The plant they will get, but can they actually defend it? It's going to be a tough one.
Placing sentry.
That's why we're seeing Ease have to be posted up and looking for a little bit more of an aggressive position, but gets caught out at least a 1-for-1, but now left in a 1v3 for Roxy.
And there we go. Kiko
didn't even have a
puts
chance.
one in him. Averted. You can see how much money Apeks already have. Ultimate's available. Look at this, blasting out towards the A side. Control them long. But Enzo's like, oh, you're going to bring walls to the table? Well, I've got a machine gun.
The Odin Master here, even ready for more to come through. Probably gonna get pushed off for now with that Trailblazer coming out. We've already seen some rotates start to happen for the side of Apeks. You even still have Magnum over towards that C site. He might be alone holding C in Garage, but if there's anything we've seen from his scoreline, is that he's the guy you can rely on to hold that site.
Oh, he certainly is. And I mean, you can see absolute control here. Mystic playing towards B. He's going to be that information player and hopefully can find a kill or two for himself as well. Kasse, you'd hope, can find a plant in this situation, but we'll have to wait and see. Lockdown going to come out towards A, perhaps hoping to pull Mystic out of his hole, but he ain't biting.
No, trying to just deceive them right now, but Hunter's Fury comes out to be able to deal with that. And now they're going to walk waiting arms! Fights one, fights two!
He gets two anyway. Yuri comes on forward and just meets a wall of bullets. I mean, the lockdown comes on through. It's just instantly answered by the Hunter's Fury. And it feels like Apeks have an answer for absolutely everything. They know exactly what Kasse brings to the table. 10 seconds, spike in the open, Killers. It's a good headshot. Can he turn it into more? The round is definitely lost. But maybe he can deny some weaponry. No, Shadow finds him in the end. They're taking a bit of public transport over towards the A site. By public transport, I mean their feet. Playing through long here with one player split. Reckoning comes across, but the whole gang's here from Apeks. Ready to fast flood in if they need to. Kiko's going to turn around at the worst possible second. Ease knows somebody's there. Drops the volley. Shadow's pushing it as well, but will actually be able to survive for now. Now finally taken down. 3v3. It's a tough one. Drone comes out to spot some info.
Still having that Odin to work with. Ooh, Shock Dart. Even available. Not quite sure how much longer he is on that recon, but now he's by himself. Enzo to be here with this, they definitely will.
The Seekers come out. They'll certainly know he's there. There we go. Seeker's gonna spot Enzo. Means he has to back away, but he does give information that they were trying to play towards that. Lockdown now over on B. And look at the time that Apeks are buying here. The push towards A kind of stopped by Enzo. And now the lockdown to stop the B push. They're out of time, but they have to go to A.
They do. They're going to run right into the waiting arms of Enzo. Doesn't have the Odin anymore.
Oh, there's one. Traded immediately. And actually denied by the mollies as well. 4v4 now. Spike going down. And will be planted. Okay. They do get onto the site. And Apeks, with 3 people, try and retake his mini-boo. Finding the head of Magnum. Suddenly, these retakes on A feeling really hard for Apeks.
Yeah, feeling very disjointed. Something that Apeks were doing so well earlier in this map. You know, working as a coordinated unit, swinging out together, giving Kase multiple angles to have to worry about. But this time, one after the other, peeking out, getting caught out by Kase, and now they've gotten themselves 4 rounds. Remove another gun to buy space for everyone else to be able to follow. They're going to do a similar thing here towards Garage. And these are these bursty movements we talked about, kind of start off rounds going fast, but then having that patience to be able to dial it back.
So Killjoy out from Kase. Look where Magnum is positioned. He's outside of the area. I think he knows it, but doesn't matter whether he knows it. He's got no head to know anything anymore. C-site is selected. Kase move in. They're going to be able to get the spike down, but Mystic's done so much, and Roxy wins it. And he answers with his life. Traded, at least he does get one. Magnum goes down. Tequiles gets Shadow. 2v3 now. 2 coming from long.
The fact that Gilles swung that was insane. Could have so easily gone down there. Actually manages to find one and still get out. 2v3 isn't impossible.
Yuri sneaking through the wall here. Does find it. Wait, what? He actually got one just random spray after the first. And he gets the third as well.
Yuri was ready. He was in a 1v2. Even in that position, ends up coming out, finding one without going down himself. And this is even off the back of Magnum finding this first kill and Apeks having a pretty decent position by being able to play out from long and have threats from multiple angles.
That Hunter's Fury is so important as well. It wouldn't be too surprising to see him kind of save that. Kille's not far away from the lockdown. Quite often, that's the interaction that you do see. It's Mini-Boo being really aggressive, but dashes away, respects it. Mystic, I don't know if he saw a gun barrel or if that was just killer instinct. Finds a headshot in such a crucial round for Apeks.
And Apeks really are known for some of the spam kills through smokes back in Polaris. But with you know the amount of bullets in the rifles getting nerfed this patch, was something that you have to think a little bit more consciously about doing. Still do it, still find a kill.
Yeah, you got to think a bit more consciously, but you know, in the right situation, you've got high suspicion that a player might be there. It can be so valuable. 3 players stacked towards C here from Kase. That's where Enzo's going with the spike. Feels like they've got that information. Still, a bit of a commitment to playing long here as the dart comes out. But now Enzo immediately starts sprinting back across the map.
And I like that the whole time that was going on, Apeks were working the whole map, right? We can see Magnum in mid, breaking the Killjoy utility, creating a Christian mark there. And now on A, the site commit is coming through. Mystic finding one.
Bold of Mini-Boo to try and get through the one way there, perhaps trying to get it on a timing, but just gets his head taken off of his shoulders.
My ult is ready.
I feel like we've seen this situation many times across the game, but usually it was the other way around. Now Apeks the ones with 5 members on the site. It's Kase that have to try and make the miracle retake happen. Roxy wants it. He's not backing away yet. But looks like he's decided to keep his gun.
Yeah, still though, for Kase, I mean, you would have things like the high tide to work with if you did want to try to go and win out a 3v5, but it looks like no. They themselves also just want to try and take some guns off of Apeks. We already know Kase have money to work with going into the next round.
Yeah, look at this. Aggressive here. They'll be able to deny one of the rifles, but losing 2 themselves.
And they're able to play it out quite slow and default heavily. This round, Not going to go for that. Actually, 5 stacked up towards C. They might just go fast on this one.
May well do, blasting through the walls, but look at the obscurity going around here. He's finding Kiko as he gets onto the site, and surely that'll be falling off the play, but no, still pushing forward as Mystic goes down. Shadow's gone as well. 2 players still at the bottom of long, trying to escape, but no, the spike's down. They can't actually leave.
No, and now it's going to be so tough with 4 members of Kase on site, and then you have Miniboo in spawn watching with an operator. Where do you even go?
I don't know. Magnum managed to get the spike, and then they very generously put a cascade up, but it doesn't look like they would have back away from C. I feel like they're well aware that Miniboo's probably on the flank.
1 enemy remaining.
So they're going to try their odds.
Spike down.
Their odds aren't looking good, though. Enzo finding 1, but it's not going to be quite enough. I came in and I was like, Kiko, super hyped up new player. You got Miniboo as well. These 2 Jet players going to go toe-to-toe. It's been a very quiet game for both of them. It's the Killjoy players that are stepping up today. Magnum versus Killes is the story of this game so far. Love to find someone out of position as Miniboo finds his moment, goes for the peek, takes out Shadow.
Some Killjoy utility you have to deal with that will give that information over.
He's read that one like a book. Magnum trying to get into carriage, but he's been doing that all game long. I feel like Kase, well aware of his preference for that area of the map. He managed to stop him moving over. Tap of the spike. Kiko has made it very deep behind enemy lines. This is a lurk and a half. Oh, he's got him.
Ooh,
he's got him.
Miniboo.
Miniboo has no idea this is happening. And the operator has been stolen away right underneath their noses. Kiko making a miracle happen here. He's playing for long now. Spike is down. The attempted retake begins. Killes. Was he spotted there as 2 for Apeks. Killes gets the 1 on the backside, but Mystic with the second one, and Killes takes him out. 1v1 now. Kiko got the miracle lurk to start it off. Can he finish the job? Killes tapping the spike. Kiko playing from CT, but he dashes forward. Oh no, he gets it anyway!
Second to get it done. But Kiko, at that moment, just being better. We're going to see here, again, the usual poking and prodding around mid, around garage, coming from Magnum, but that really being one of the game. But moments like that, they make up for it.
Oh, they really do. They really do. Apeks, 9 on the board. And, you know, we said coming into this tournament, we want a bit of a banger to start us off. I was worried at the first bit. But Kase, they've fully come alive. Apeks, trying to deny that momentum. Viper's pit comes out from ease to buy space, but they're just going to push it. They're just going to try and find a way in. Killes denies it, though. Well, Kiko going down. Can they protect this ultimate? I don't think so. He's going to recommit, goes in, and immediately gets decapitated. But Killes with the second one as well. Now moving further forward on the site. He's blinded, but Miniboo ain't. And Killes gets 3.
It really is just so hard for them to try to brute force their way in.
Watch them run.
Look at Mystic. He's going all the way.
Drops the smoke. TP's past it here. He's got all the way to heaven. Will he be able to get anything done? Enemy players gonna know that he's at least in the area. If they know whether he's in heaven or not, we don't know. Apparently not, because Mystic's found a headshot. Kiko's found one as well. As he looks for a little bit more up in the air. Can't find the shots, though. And this Yuri shut them down. Ease finds Mystic as well. And it's a hell of an eco regardless. But will it turn into anything? It might. Shadow takes on Killer's head. And suddenly Ease is alone. Knocked off of his feet. Knocked backwards. The spike is down.
Enzo got a Vandal. Oh, up, picked up as well. So now, not even a gun advantage for Ease.
He's going to try and half it, but the stun pushes him off. Still a Phantom in hand, 25 armor. He's not been tagged yet. As the dart's going to come in. That's half. It's not too shabby of a start here, but he's running out of time. There's one. The other player's low as well. He's going to stick, though. And Enzo punishes.
That was tense, pulling off the Thrifty. And they were so fast, they were so aggressive. We saw Kiko immediately go towards the backside of B. Of course, Mystic going with his ulti up towards Heaven on A. And then just so many different angles.
Like the longer this has gone on, the harder it's become for the side of Apeks. Kase evolving their game across the course of it. And now you see 2 players up towards the A area. Lockdown comes out. And that should mean Everyone on the side of Kasei's got to get over to this side of the map, or at least be ready once the lockdown's gone.
Okay, now other lockdown comes out. Let's see if we see anything come out from Enzo. Hunter's Fury gonna come out, so gonna be able to deny that lockdown from Kasei. And now a ton of chaos on the side. Trades back and forth, but Mystic's popping off.
Apeks living in that chaos, making it work. They've made their way on. Can they finish it off? Apparently they can, as Yuri finished off. Killers finds himself alone. Maybe he could deny a weapon, but at this point, look at the cash. The pockets of Kasei. It's going to be better to keep his own weapon than deny another.
Here, I don't know.
Master of the Mystic Arts, literally floating in the air there. He's going to back away, and they're just going to commit to the season. This is the problem with this kind of play, is if Mystic even gets one, if he gets two, it's miraculous. Won't find anything. The four-man flank now, but they've got to be quick because the spike's already down.
Yeah, we're going to see what they can do here because Miniboo now has a gun to work with as well. Man advantage.
Swing out. Don't find anything for now. There we go. Miniboo getting another one. 3 defenders remain. Operator in the pocket of Enzo. He's still playing on the site. Remember, they're flanked from all angles. They're running out of space, but Kiko gets him a tiny bit more. It's not going to matter because Kile's on the scene. Say that. Kiko's making it matter. 2 defenders still trying to hold on. He's ended up with a Spectre somehow. He had a rifle before. Trying to spray through the smoke. The spike's so low. Are they actually going to get this? Oh, they've got it.
Actually coming through for them. Clutch. Apeks pulling off a win. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. It was everything was going so well for Kasei. The second they got the kill on Mystic, having that man advantage, they played it well.
Issue for Apeks.
Oh no. Now look at Miniboo. No armor coming through. Just all the confidence in the world.
All or nothing. They've got to win this one, and that's not the way to start it off. Spam through the smoke. He said Apeks love to do it. They're making work happen. Enzo answering on to Yuri as he finds one, but now 3 defenders remain. It's so difficult to try and control the map. With the alarm bot spotting out the flank from ease. Here we go, though. No, Roxy. Head taken off. And that might just be it here, Lyric, unless Kasei can bring something insane out. Look, Kiles, he's been the man of the hour so far. He's got to make another miracle happen. He's done it before, though.
Gets one. Is a bit tagged, so now not having those light shields to work with, only 85 HP. And for the side of Apeks, I mean, you have shock darts. You have the nanostorms to play with. Now even having the information. He's coming from the flank on long.
Playing with time. They do have a bit of time to play with. Oh, they did.
Magnum seals the deal.
That's the end of his time on the map, I'm afraid. There's Magnum finding that one, and Mystic chimes in. There we go, 13-9. And hey, look, a dominant start from Apeks and a dominant end from Apeks. But Kasei giving them a run for their money. Like, some of those rounds were intense.
I feel like that's the thing I really want to hone in on, right? Because we expected Apeks to be dominant, and specifically on this map. They just look so good. I think it really fits their style. Again, heavy defaulting, being able to play a bit slower, but then go for those like pace changes where some rounds, bam, you're just suddenly on site within a second. And they had been dominating on this in their domestic region, to where Kasei, it's been back and forth for them. Like Haven, not necessarily a map that they love to play. Able to adjust, which is the best thing. It was like anytime we'd see like a tactical pause come through, they'd come back a little bit refreshed, and you'd see some of their key players popping off, right? We saw good rounds from Miniboo, we saw good rounds from Kiles, but sadly, it wasn't enough, especially to stop people like Magnum and Mystic, because they just had such a performance.
Yeah.
Now, I guess it depends on like what the comparison is. Is he the cutest of all the agents' little buddies? No. That is definitely the Boombot. But in isolation, is he all right? Yeah, he's not the worst.
I'm sorry, how what? I'm not sure.
The Boombot is adorable.
Hang on, flash comes out. Oh, Orb's still committed to that by it, so he's like, look, if I'm going down, I'm getting my ult point on the way.
Yeah, and I mean, hell, you can even understand what Apeks are looking for there, right? Averiu he's finding one on Magnum. Kiko gonna look for, oh, that was disgusting. Look for one of his own and he gets it.
Dodges the stun as well, finds a second. Oh, what? Kiko! just when the round looks completely doomed, Kiko just... I don't even have words. That was illegal.
Line of fire.
It was such a beautiful performance from him. Finding 4 with the Sheriff, peeking into the first one, even swinging into the second, and then kind of running in, lining up perfectly. And we were saying that Fracture can be a little bit of a duelist playground with how aggressively it's played, especially on the defense side.
To Casse. But Apeks know it.
It is good from Apeks.
Oh, it's a great little shot from Enzo. Ease answers it. The Bulldog should be able to be picked up here, I would imagine. Smoke's down. They want to commit. Look, they're all on the other side of that smoke in Arcade here, but not willing to actually push through for the time being. And Kiko is feeling confident. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to go the whole way through there. Aftershock as well. Casse not backing away completely. Both teams, it's a stalemate right now, but there we go. The rifles come up trumps. The smokes dissipate. The fight begins. Casse taking off the heads and converting the round that realistically should have been theirs from the start.
Ult online, be able to spot out where they are if you can get that opening kill, but it's actually Kiko who's going to look for the opening kill with his operator.
As you'd expect, right? Kiko, we saw what he can do in round 1. Now with the operator in hand. Greenbot going to come through. The tailwind available. Oh, but he misses the shot. Not ideal, and now they know exactly where that operator is. You can see the whole team from Casse immediately move to the other side of the map.
Yeah, sadly, Yuri's so close to having that Rolling Thunder, but it's not available, but still going to go for the side hit. No one here.
Yeah, looks like
waiting. So
they're just going to have a free entrance for the time being. Spike should be able to go down. Planted for main as well, so very defendable for the side of Casse. And what do Apeks have up their sleeves? The operator, not the greatest weapon for trying to make these retakes happen.
I will say at least Apeks have more util available against, look at Shadow and Enzo is so...
10 HP remaining,
10 HP.
And now that Molly is going to push out Mini-Boo. The Aftershock there as well. He has to go and face it. Apeks, a great 2 to start it off. And now Roxy, half HP already, flashed in main. The whole gang is here, and they're just going to go for the defuse straight up, but Yuri stops it. It's not going to matter.
It just hits the people who are already on site in, as we just saw there. Take 2 down, smoke off the other 2, and then just overwhelm them with those numbers. Great to see.
Yeah, we've got to talk ults here, though. Gilles has his online. You see a single point away for Ease, 2 points away for Roxy. The Rolling Thunder there. This feels like a powerful attack round. But Enzo and Mystic got those defensive ults. Even the Blades around, although the operator already in hand for Kiko.
I'm a little bit surprised that Apeks are playing heavily on sites when they know that this breach ult's available. Rolling Thunder going to come on through, and Enzo's trapped.
Here's Kiko going to be mollied out of his position as well. Enzo against the world here, stuck inside the smoke. Oh my god, they walked past him! Oh, and he finds him! Oh, he's been given an absolute freebie there, and he turns it into 3. Mystic to finish the round.
True, they can just throw that one down on the site and find people. Throw it up into tower, gets no one, and not even people funneling out, just running down to kind of see what's down here, clear this angle, and just get right past Enzo. Finds immediately 2, and then able to convert this into a win. Huge round. Still even has the Thrash going into the next, giving them more to play with. And it's beautiful. Apeks on a map we haven't seen them play since March. Haven't played it at all on Split 2. Changing up the composition even from last time they did play it with bringing out this Gecko, and so far finding another really nice start.
I mean, more than just a nice start, right? Like the fact that some of these rounds have been so one-sided. Enzo pulling off a to be honest, it's not necessarily just been down to, like, we kind of came in saying, you know, Apeks, this is a really drilled team. This is going to be, you know, like clean, calculated play. This has been off of clutches. This has been off of Kiko making an insane 4K with his share. This has been off of Enzo. Imagine to sneak around inside that smoke and find a miracle play. And obviously the retake on A was absolutely flawless, but you can tell that the players are here on the server and they are feeling it.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder how Casse are going to change it up now. Right now, being on an eco, you don't expect too much from this round, but even in future rounds, because we haven't seen them explore A all that much out of these 5 rounds. Maybe look to try to take some deeper post-plant positions, as many people actually going to find one.
Mystic does answer it. The rest of the team going to start charging on in as the flashes come through. Mystic realizes this is not a fight that he can take anymore. Plant will come on down. Now for the retake from Apeks.
Spike planted.
Yeah, neural theft to use, so Kase knowing, you know, they will be in that defender spawn area. They're going to start moving to some post-plant positions, but Mystic already catching Kiles off guard. And oh, orbital strike to work with.
He's listening above himself and then blasts out the laser. It's not going to find anyone, but it will delay that retake. Apeks was so fast on the A retake, a little bit slower this time around. This stun from Yuri could be so valuable. He's got half of the team there. Finds a headshot as well to chime in with more. Yuri with absolute heroics. 3v2 now for the shorty. Up in top. Kiko getting one down.
One enemy remaining.
Defuse is coming on through though. Finally stopped. Enzo will get the kill onto Ease, but it does not matter. The spike explodes and Kase get a second.
And coming in, right, didn't even have like a full gun round on the board with this one. I even thought the orbital strike might have been a little overzealous to use so soon. You know, didn't end up gaining anyone. There was potential there for Apeks to be able to find a defuse. But like you said, it was the heroics from Yuri, the long-standing member of Kase, the one who's been here through it all with the team over, again, just the past 2 years. Doesn't...
Out towards Roxy here. Mini Boo jumps out onto the side, but instant defense charges on in. Straight across the board here, but so far so good for Kase. 2 players remain, but they're good for the kills. And suddenly they even the scoreboard. Roxy remaining. He tries to move in, but the spike never made it down. Kiko and Magnum making those moments happen. And once again, we go to this drilled play. Both of them holding the same angle. And it's Kiko to find the shot with the operator once again.
That round was so chaotic. I mean, we saw Mystic's Brimble thrown incredibly early on. Ease then throws his, actually finds one in return. But it was the one...
Absolutely legendary performances, Captain Hook. Here we go. Apeks.
Also having a legendary performance.
I mean, they've got full Dustin Hoffman on them. As Kase. I was going to say full Peter Pan, but actually Peter Pan wins that one. It doesn't feel like this is going to be a win for the... Oh my days, Magnum. That was a gun round.
To deal with. But now, Yuri has the Rolling Thunder. It looks like they're potentially trying to go for a fast play towards Sands.
And charging on in. Let's see what they can find. Final opportunity in the half for them to get something on the board. And Shadow starts as he means to go on here, just spamming through the door, trying to deny entrance. Main control gathered, but can they get onto the site? This is where they've been stalling out. Flashes in, and the Rolling Thunder comes on through. That should buy them entrance with combination with the smokes, but Mystic doesn't care about your smokes! Roxy, Kiles, they get one each, but Roxy fights himself alone. Crash won't be able to stop him. Just a Bulldog and a Dream here, and a 1v3.
Again, Munch. Again, it's always Roxy. Not really any utility to work with.
What can he do? Molly going to come out. That should force Kiko to peek him, but it's a double peek. Shadow's there with his teammate. 3K for him.
I feel like that's definitely the key learning of Apeks, putting in the time and figuring out something that works for them on this map. And even seeing a few different modes to them, right? Earlier on, there was
in front of them will give away the game in a moment. There we go. Information gathered, but they decide not to overcommit to anything just yet.
No.
Oh, Kiles.
Fishing around.
It's the perfect spot, and he's found 2 off the back of it. Can't quite connect the third, and him and Mini Boo both go down, so it turns into a 2 for 2.
I'm a little bit surprised. Enzo wrapping all the way back, expecting a flank to come through. I thought maybe you'd ideally want him to be the one to plant with that little buddy. Again, get the Thrash online. Magnum, in the meantime, at least finds
30
one.
seconds left.
Numbers in favor of Apeks.
I'm a little surprised they didn't just burst onto the B site there after finding that pick. The side of Kase, they've got a player committed to either side. Roxy and Yuri, the 2 remainders, and it's on to Roxy. As the push begins, you see Yuri start to sprint across the minimap. What heroics can come on through? There's a headshot. The wingman taken out of the equation, but as the flash comes into the hand, Mystic finds a bullet to the head. And now the stun comes across.
On smoke.
I mean, it's just impossible, isn't it? Triple smoke across.
That's rough.
Walks on through, the double peek is there. Mystic to take him out. And that's match point. That's series point for Apeks.
And yeah, Munch. We might have been saying that Kase was able to make that comeback in their grand finals against APK, so Right now, they're going up against a team that has only lost 8 maps, 8 individual maps all year long. They lost 1 series and lose. That's Apeks.
Well, not until I faced him anyway, let me tell you. I will say, the only loss from Apeks so far this year, Le Petit Bouffon. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce that. That's my attempt
I'm glad
at French.
that you full sent it. I wasn't going to do it. I'm glad that you committed.
Oh, Kiko's committed as well. That is a beautiful little first kill. Great little entry. And Apeks fully onto the site.
And Munch, they even have the Thrash to work with. Like, they only need this 1 round to win. They have a key ult online going up against none man advantage. Everything looks primed for Apeks to take this first series 2-0.
It's a phenomenal start for the side of Apeks. It's Mystic. Oh, he's real low on HP, but somehow dodging the bullets. And his best Neo impression for the time being is now the attempt, but Shadow shuts it down. Thrash comes through. Will detain 1. Is that enough? Kiko follows it up. It's more than enough. They're going to see him on the volley. The Mosh, no. Kiko's not having any of it. He wants a bonus kill. 13-3. Domination from Apeks as they enter the tournament.
It blows my mind. A map they've only played once. They played it back in Split 1. Haven't played it since then. All the way since March. Bring out the Gecko, which we said Enzo loves. I love that Apeks are a team who have adapted this Gecko, right? Kind of like I see teams like PRX with CGRS over at Masters, or I guess Navi trying to spend a lot of time to make that one work. But Apeks, they have been making it work. They make it here once again, even, you know, on the enemy team, Kase's map pick.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable from Apeks. And, you know, on the side of Kase, you know, map 1, Haven, we saw tons of good stuff from them. Leaving a bit to be desired, I think it's fair to say, on Fracture. But, you know, when you look at their season overall, they had a rough start to this season. They went, it kind of got better with time. When it came to playoffs, felt like they leveled up a lot. And then, you know, managing to come back to the final. Phenomenal stuff from them across the season to make it to this tournament. I'm hoping that we get to see that again in this tournament. We get to see them kind of growing as the tournament goes on.